Objective Geology, multiple choice questions with answers. So this is the question paper of GATE, and I hope this is useful for various competitive exams like CSR, NET, GATE, GSI and other exams. Welcome to first set. Coming to the first question, the maximum age of the ocean floor is about, the choices are A. 100 million years old, B. 200 million years old, C. 300 million years old and D. 400 million years old. So the correct answer is 200 million years ago. So the age of the ocean floor, it varies depending on the location, but rocks from the oceanic crust are less than or about 200 million years old. So B is the correct option. Next question. Isocline lines are lines of equal A. Intensity, B. Declination, C. Inclination and D. Gravity. So what are isocline lines? Isocline lines are lines of equal inclination. So a line drawn through all the points on the Earth's surface having the same magnetic inclination is known as isocline line. So C is the correct option. All these are the questions asked in a GATE exam 1994. Next question. Gravity has maximum value at, so gravity has maximum value at which of the places? Like A. Surface of the Earth, B. Mohrowitzic discontinuity, C. Core mantle boundary and D. Outer inner core boundary. So gravity has a maximum value at the core mantle boundary. So gravity slightly increases at the beginning with respect to the value at the surface, and then it attains a maximum value of 10.7 meters per second square at the core mantle boundary. So gravity has maximum value at core mantle boundary. C is the correct option. Next question. The correction always added to observed value in gravity survey is known as A. Free air, B. Boger, C. Isostatic, D. Terrain. So the correction always added to the observed value in gravity survey is known as a terrain correction. So terrain correction, it deals with the deviation of actual topography from the topography approximated by the Boger slab or a spherical Boger cap. So the correction always added to the observed value in gravity survey is known as the terrain. Next question. Maximum number of earthquakes occur in A. Precambrian shield, B. Himalayan Hindu Kush range, C. Circum-Pacific belt, D. Alpine range. So maximum number of earthquakes, they occur in the Circum-Pacific belt. So Circum-Pacific belt is also known as a ring of fire. It is a path along the Pacific Ocean, so which is characterized by active volcanoes and frequent earthquakes. And the majority of the Earth's volcanoes and earthquakes takes place along the Circum-Pacific belt, which is also known as ring of fire. So C is the correct option. Next question. The olivine-rich layer of the Earth is A. Upper crust, B. Lower crust, C. Upper mantle, D. Lower mantle. The olivine-rich layer of the Earth is known as the upper mantle. Olivine and high-pressure structural variant, they constitute over roughly around 50% of the Earth's upper mantle, and olivine is one of the Earth's most common minerals by volume. And the metamorphism of impure dolomite or other sedimentary rocks with high magnesium and low silica content also produce magnesium rich olivine. This is also known as forestite. So the olivine rich layer of the Earth is upper mantle. C is the correct option. Next question. A seismic wave showing retrograde elliptic particle motion is A. Primary wave, B. Secondary wave, C. Rayleigh wave, D. Love wave. So a seismic wave showing a retrograde elliptic particle motion is known as a Rayleigh wave. Rayleigh waves, these are the surface waves that move in an elliptical motion, producing both a vertical and a horizontal component of motion in the direction of wave propagation. So a seismic wave showing retrograde elliptic particle motion is known as a Rayleigh wave. C is the correct option. Next question. The vernal equinox occurs on A. March 21st, B. June 21st, C. September 21st, D. December 21st. Vernal equinox occurs on March 21st. So the vernal equinox occurring on March 19 to 21, it signals the moment when the Earth's axis aligns with its orbit around the Sun, resulting in equal daylight and darkness across both the hemispheres. So A is the correct option. Next question. The ozone layer is located in the, it's a very simple question. A. Ionosphere, B. Mesosphere, C. Stratosphere, D. Troposphere. So ozone layer, it is located in the stratosphere. So the ozone layer in the sits in the stratosphere roughly between 15 kilometers and 30 kilometers above the Earth, and it shields us, the other living things, from the sun's harmful ultraviolet radiation. And ozone layer depletion could have serious effects on the human health and the environment. Next question. The steepest part of a passive continental margin is the A. Continental shelf, B. Continental slope, C. Continental rise, D. Abyssal plain. The steepest part of a passive continental margin is the continental slope. So continental slope is the steepest portion of the continental margin, and it is often the site of many other geological features such as submarine canyons, which are carved by the turbulent water carrying sediments, and gravitational slumping of materials. The steepest part of passive continental margin is known as a continental slope. B is the correct option. Next question. The deepest trench is A. Tonga Kermadec, B. Aleutian, C. Curlie, and D. Marianas. So the deepest trench is known as the Mariana Trench. The Mariana Trench is the oceanic trench located in the western Pacific Ocean. This is about 200 kilometers east of the Mariana Islands, and it is the deepest oceanic trench on the earth, and it is roughly around crescent shaped and measures about 2550 kilometers and length, and 69 kilometers in width. So the deepest trench is Marianas. D is the correct option. Next question. Most of the permanent ice of the world is located in A. Himalayas, B. Nagaland, C. Antarctica, D. Alaska. So most of the permanent ice of the world is located in Antarctica. In Antarctica, this ice is about 90% of all the world's ice and 70% of the all world's fresh water. So most of the permanent ice of the world is located in C. Antarctica. Next question. U-shaped valleys, they develop because of erosion by, how do the U-shaped valleys develop? A. By wind, B. By glaciers, C. Oceans, and D. Rivers. So U-shaped valleys develop because of erosion by glaciers. So U-shaped valleys, they form through glacial erosion, and the glaciation develops in the established V-shaped river valleys, whereas the ice erodes the surrounding rocks to create a U-shaped valley. So generally the rivers developed a V-shaped valleys, whereas the glaciation develops U-shaped valley. So here B is the correct option. Next question. Giant sea waves generated by submarine earthquakes are termed as A. Hurricanes, B. Tsunamis, C. Typhoons, D. Bayas. So the giant sea waves generated by submarine earthquakes are termed as a tsunami. Tsunamis are the giant sea waves which are caused by earthquakes or volcanic eruptions under the sea. And out in the depths of the ocean, tsunami waves, they do not dramatically increase in height. But as these waves travel inland, they build up to a higher and higher heights as the depth of the ocean decreases. So B is the correct option. Next question. Planets move around the sun due to A. Mutual attraction and repulsion between the planets, B. Centrifugal force, C. Centripetal force, D. Gravitational attraction between the sun and the planets. So planets move around the sun due to centripetal force. A planet moves around the sun in a circular path of which gravitational force of attraction on the planet by the sun, it provides the necessary centripetal force. The centripetal force is always directed towards the center of the sun at each point of its path, which is responsible of circular motion of the planet. So planets move around the sun due to centripetal force. C is the correct option. Next question. The grey soil found in temperate regions is known as A. Chernozem, B. Podzol, C. Laterite, D. Loam. So the grey soil found in temperate regions is known as a podzol. By extent, the podzholes are the most common temperate and boreal zones of the northern hemisphere, but they can also be found in other settings, including both temperate rainforests and tropical areas. So B podzhole is the correct option. Next question. As per the SUS, the specific gravity of Sima layers lies between. These questions were asked in GATE exam 1997. A. 2.75 and 2.90, B 2.90 and 4.75, C 2.85 and 3.75, and D none of this. As per SUS, the specific gravity of Sima lies between 2.9 and 4.75. Next question. The water that trickles down the sides of the cave deposits which containing carbonates of lime in layers is called as A. Stalagmite, B. Dolomite, C. Stalactite, and D. None of these. So the correct option is stalactite. So stalactite is an isle-shaped formation that hangs from the ceiling of a cave and is produced by precipitation of minerals from water which is dripping through the cave ceiling, and most stalactites have pointed tips. So the water that trickles down the side of the cave deposit carbonates of lime in layers is called stalactite. So C is the correct option. Next question. Mountain belts are the relief features of A. First order, B. Second order, C. Third order, and D. None of these. So mountain belts are the relief features of second order. Second order relief features are the result of the plate collision or divergence. So rifts form where plates diverge from one another. If parallel rifting occurs, rift valleys like the Great Rift Valley of Africa, they can form, and rifting can be accompanied by volcanic activity as magma pours out of the rift. Mount Kilimanjaro was formed as a result of the rifting that created the Great Rift Valley of Africa, and Himalayan mountains are also formed due to second order relief features. So mountain belts are the relief features of second order. B is the correct option. Next question. When a conglomerate contains particles that are sharp and angular, geologists call it as A. Anarchos, B. Quadrarinae, C. Coquina, and D. Ebrexia. So the correct option is Ebrexia. It's a clastic rock made up of particles larger than 2 millimeters in diameter, either a conglomerate or breccia. So a conglomerate has a rounded class while a breccia has angular class. Since water is transported rapidly around large class like breccias, they normally indicate a minimal transport. So D. Brexia is the correct answer. I hope you have learned important points from these questions, and hope you can subscribe to this channel and see you in the next video. Thank you for your time.